Hey everybody, what's going on? Welcome back to another video from JM Motors Unlimited. Today I'm going to be showing y'all how to check and adjust the timing on your 185 or 200 three-wheeler motor. This is any 185S or 200 motor, or 185, 185S, or any of the 200s. It's all the same for any of them. And I've got this is just a junk motor I had laying around the shop. I've been waiting to part it out. I just haven't done it. So I figured this would be a good time to make the video, because I got a comment on it requesting it, and I needed to part out this motor anyway, so I'm going to be starting on that today. I don't know for sure, but it doesn't look like you have enough room here to get the valve cover off. So I'm thinking you would probably have to have the motor out, but you could try it with it in. It just might not be able to get the valve cover off to adjust your timing. But you can certainly check your timing with it in the bike. So the first thing you got to do is pull your recoil off so you can turn the motor over, and take your spark plug out to make where you can turn the motor over easily. And if you can get this little plug out, take the plug out, but most of them don't come out without breaking the motor, in which case you would just put a piece of wire or something in your spark plug hole to get it to top dead center. So the first thing you do after you get all that done is you need to pull all this little CDI cover, the little pulse generator in there, pull all that out. So I'm gonna start on that. So I've got everything broke loose already, but if you're doing this for the first time, you're probably going to have an impact screwdriver to get these screws out, because most of the time they're really tight and they'll strip out really easily. So whenever I'm taking them out, I'll just go ahead and always use an impact screwdriver to get them out. Keep in mind, there is a little key in here, and you don't want to lose that. This one's missing, but it goes in this slot, just a little small key. Can you even see that? Yeah, it goes in that slot, and there's a little hole in the cam. This is the end of the camshaft here. There's a hole in the cam, and it sticks into the end of the cam. So it's a good idea to do this first, but I forgot. But before you take the valve cover off or anything, you want to get the engine to top dead center. So if you can get this little cap out, there's a T on the flywheel. You can look through the cap and see. There it is. I usually put a piece of wire in the spark plug hole anyway, and just whenever you can feel when the piston gets to top dead center. But to make sure you're at the right place on top dead center, because you could be 180 degrees off, then it would be, because you got to have it on top dead center on the compression stroke. To make sure you're on the compression stroke, take these two valve caps off, and unless your timing is way off, there will be a slight bit of slack in each of the valves. And this one, I can't feel any slack. So I'm going to go another 180 degrees, just piston down and back up, and see how it is there. Right there. And got a little bit of slack on the exhaust, and don't have any slack on the intake, but you got slack on the exhaust, so I'm gonna leave it there. But to make sure to check your timing, you gotta make sure you're exactly right, and you gotta pull this off to do both. So got an 8mm here and here. Pull these two bolts out. And then you may have to tap on this with a rubber mallet a little bit, but this little cover comes off. So if you can see on the cam sprocket right here, there's a little circle right above that bolt. That circle is the timing mark on the cam sprocket, so that is how you tell if you're in time or not. And it's hard to tell on the video, especially when it's blurry like that, but if you can see the cylinder, that mark should be perfectly in line with the cylinder. And it's kind of hard to tell on mine because it's on video, but it is not perfectly in line. I am a tooth counterclockwise, so I need to jump a tooth and turn the cam one tooth clockwise. So I'm going to show you how to do that, but if y'all's is perfectly in line, then you're good to go. And if you're over a couple of teeth off, then your motor will not run at all. And if you do happen to get it running, or if you pull it over too many times, you could end up bending a valve. Your valve could hit the piston and end up bending it, either one or both of them. So you don't want to try to run it if your timing is off. But if it's never been into, there should be no reason for the timing to get off. So I'm going to show y'all how to adjust the timing now. So you'll want to take and loosen up this adjuster. To do that, you just loosen up the 10mm on top. I already had it all loosened up. Then you want to take a 14mm and loosen up the big nut on the bottom. And just loosened it up pretty good like that. And that slacks your timing chain. See? And then you're gonna have to take the valve cover off. So to take the valve cover off, you gotta take these 4 head studs out, and then there's 4 Allen heads bolts right there to hold the valve cover on. So these are 12s, and this is a 5mm Allen. So I'm gonna go ahead and pop the valve cover off real quick. And you may have to tap on this with a rubber mallet to get it off. Don't hit it with a regular steel hammer, because you could crack it very easily. Just tap on it a little bit with a rubber mallet. And there is your valve cover. So, to jump this timing, I want to jump it 1 tooth clockwise. So the first thing I'm going to do is make sure we're still at top dead center. And that's top dead center. And it's easiest if you use a pick. Got slack in the timing chain. And you can tilt this cam up like this, and then it's out of the seat on the back. That makes it a little easier. Then just work your chain around until you can get it to jump a tooth, and there we go. And whenever you set it back down, this is important. This is the bushing on the back of the cam. There's a little knob on the back of it, and there's a hole in the seat on the head. You have to make sure and get the little knot in the little hole, or else your cam will be sitting up crooked, and then your valve cover won't go back on without breaking something. And that is never a good thing. So now we're back on timing. Get back to top dead center, and we are perfectly in line. So that is how you adjust the timing on your 185 engine. So I'll show you the little hole I was talking about. See it down in there. Got to make sure and get your little knob seated right in it. Got to kind of play it with it until you find it, and there it goes. Gets it seated down in there right, and you're good to go. So I'm not putting this motor back together because I'm just going to part it out. So I'm not worried about putting it back together or nothing. So I hope this is helpful to you. I hope this shows you what you need to know on your engine. And if you need any engine parts, let me know on Instagram, JM Motors Unlimited on Instagram, or any 185 parts. I've got a lot of them. I'm trying to sell, help make a little money to buy some more bikes. But, oh, another thing I wanted to say, this one nut for the head studs came out with the stud. The one that goes right here. That is not ideal. You would want to put get the nut off and put the stud back in, and then put the nut on. But whenever you're putting this back together, you'll want to torque these head studs. Don't worry about torquing anything else. But I don't know the torque spec, but I'm sure you can find it on the internet somewhere. Somebody can tell you the torque spec, or if you have a tech manual on the bike, then you can look it up in there. That should tell you. But the valve cover bolts and all the little bolts for this, the little CDI and everything, don't worry about torquing those. Just get them hand tight and then just go a little bit more. You don't want to tighten them too much because those are aluminum threads and they'll strip really easy. So hope this was helpful to you. If it was, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, JM Motors Unlimited. Go check out my other videos. I've got a lot of other stuff about these 185s and stuff, and hoping to get more. And if you have any question about how to work on something, let me know. Leave me a comment on the video or message me on Instagram, and I'll try to make a video of it and help you out best I can if I know how to do it. And if you have any video requests, I need some videos. I've made all the videos I can come up with, and this was actually a request. That's why I'm making it. That's the only reason I have one this week. So if you have any video requests, I'd really appreciate it, because I need some video ideas. So thanks for watching. Hope y'all enjoyed this. Hope it was helpful to you. I'll see y'all later.